Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201. We have a great episode for you today. I'm here to talk about the Pod Save America dorks, Pivot, the Democrat governor primary, and at the end of the show, my Super Bowl bets that I have on ESPN Bet. So if you're only interested in that, just skip towards the end and you'll be able to hear all that because I get it. Whatever. I'm here. So today Tommy Vitor of the Pod Save America Dorks went on the KFC show, a Barstool Sports podcast, and beyond all that. He does a tweet that, we look down upon the Barstool Sports people, and the Democrats shouldn't have been going on those shows, and we apologize for that, and we're here to attempt to win back the common man or everyday man. I'm obviously paraphrasing, but that's the general gist of it. So I watched the entire Tommy Vitor podcast episode on KFC, and what was funny is that, so just based off listening, I guess this was taped a day or two after the inauguration. And KFC mentions how, in regards to the Kamala Rogan thing, whereas Trump going on Theo Vaughn, Rogan, the Milk Boys felt natural, whereas if Kamala did it, it just felt forced, like she needed to do it, and it wasn't authentic to who she is. And that the general vibe would have been like she looks down upon these people, that she shouldn't have to earn their vote. And that is the overall Democratic Party brand problem right now, which, by the way, the Pod Save America dorks fucking amplify so much, because they mention, right, I just don't buy the Pod Save America dorks being the people, the spokespeople to reach the common man. Okay. My little thing is, so I was in their Vote Save America Slack before the switch, right? And this was right before Hospice Joe's hospice debate performance. And it was very full of the most annoying people in the fucking world, who obviously I'm assuming it's some of their staffers were in the Slack, and obviously way too annoying Democrat triad. In regards to that, I mean the fucking pronoun in bios, pronouns in email signature, the don't say retard, body positivity, that annoying version of the Democratic Party, the thing that everyday Americans really can't fucking stand. Right. And I remember just being in it, the first thing said, please introduce your pronouns and all this other shit. And I was a week in that Discord, and it was right when the debate happened. And I couldn't fucking stand the people in it, because, you had the people delusional, like Joe Biden can do it. What do you mean? Americans are going to see the choice between Trump and Biden. And obviously they're going to pick Hospice Joe. Okay. And then I have no beef with the Pod Save America dorks fucking staff. There's the hot white girl with great eyebrows, but but their staff and them, are the annoying quote unquote woke Democrats with pronouns that, look like your typical NYU gender studies, student, or, they look like Rachel Maddow and shit like that. And that's, they can look however they want. But I'm just saying, they are not the people who are the people everyday men want to fucking talk about or get their information from. A great example is, so the same people were we need to reach out to the common people, were elevating Ben Wickler, who had his, his infamous, uh, performative activist, as I like to say, woke tweet, in regards to, we build out our coalition with Black, Latino, Native, AAA, and HBI, and interfaith ethnic war, and all the other bullshit. They're also David Hogg fanatics and all, the people that turn off everyday men, as well as just last week after Stephen A's Bill Maher viral moment, where it's not even about supporting Democrat Party. You have to support all their nonsense in regards to the pronouns and men and women sports, the transgendered bullshit, and all of that. And then John Lovett is well, the Democratic Party doesn't have trust on real issues like the economy or immigration, so they also don't have trust on social issues. And he's I don't know, something about you're not where I am on trans rights and blah blah blah. I don't know if you can understand this, Love it, but there's a poll, 87% of people don't want men in women's sports. Okay? This is a real thing. We don't have to be a secret about it anymore. You're on the losing side of this issue, as well as the mass deportation thing, which has consistently been 55% or higher in polling. And I know the fucking argument is always, well, Medicare for all polls, higher. And that's great. And then your argument is, well, once mass deportations actually happen and families are ripped apart and blah, 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 it's going to look bad. Well, okay, let's say Medicare for all happened and suddenly waits to the hospital and surgeries take months to book in advance. Same bullshit argument. So don't even fucking go there. I'm just I the pod save dorks and the shiny suit guy that's not a pod save dork, but like associates with the pod save dorks are not who the common guy wants to hear from. It comes off as bullshit pandering because you guys do not have the authenticity to do this. I fucking know you don't because you don't magically do this 180 when for years you've looked down upon that type of audience. And then suddenly, because you need them, this bullshit outreach, and everyone can tell it's bullshit outreach. And I don't care if your like staff is revolting for going on Barstool because I was like looking through the mentions of it. They're like, "How dare you platform Barstool when Barstool is a bigger platform than Pod Save America?" Or this nonsense of like, God forbid, like imagine the Pod Save dorks on Rogan. The minute I could see them like eventually walking out because they're not guys. Like you guys aren't. You guys are so self-righteous, virtue fucking annoying fuckers. Between that and you're not vegans, but like you're just one step away from becoming the annoying LA fucking vegan. Okay? You don't have the credibility with this. Okay? The fucking Ben Wickler nonsense, liking bitch boy David Hogg, the other fat fuck Jamie Harrison. Like, this isn't just like the activist problem within the Democratic Party. It is the fact that the DNC thing on Saturday, there was this whole fucking stupid segment with Jamie Harrison's fat fuck. Well, we have to have equal thing. And on the screen, it was all these fucking pronouns that no one fucking associates with. And everyone thinks it's fucking weird and to stop doing it. But this is the bullshit. Like, exactly why like, men don't want to be associated with this fucking nonsense. Okay, between that and then like policing getting mad at people say fucking retard or saying that person is fat. I don't know if you noticed, but the body positivity era is over. Okay, everyone can get some version of semaglutide for $150. If you're fat now, that's on you. Get one of these fucking drugs because being fat is disgusting. Okay, this is the same thing as Chris Murphy, senator of Connecticut, pretending he's fucking a Bernie Sanders populist. Okay, and look, there is a difference between the Bernie 16 and 20 campaign. The Bernie 16 campaign wasn't like filled with like the woke activists. It was like a whole populist message and all the other shit. 2020, he let like that annoying bitch Brianna Joy Gray be his press secretary, and like I'm kind of glad Bernie lost because that fucking bitch should be nowhere have any type of power. I'm sorry. I like the policies and all of that are not the issue, but you have to distance yourself from the annoying fucking what would be the equivalent of an NYU gender study type of people. Everyone can't fucking stand those people. And that is basically now what the Democratic Party is. Either wine moms who love Rachel Maddow and The View, or the most ugly activists with the fucking shitty haircuts and septum piercing who are shouting free Palestine and ACAP. And no one wants to be a part of that. And also, like, you get mad at the policies that are popular that people want and say, well, what about morals? Blah, blah, blah. People want mass deportations. Okay. People don't want their cities to look like third world countries, which is happening. And I've been glad seeing the ICE trucks just raid fucking people. I mean, there was the Quinnipiac poll that only 22% of men in America say they have a positive impression of the Democratic Party. 22%. And obviously, the men that do are fucking annoying bitch boys that no one likes. Harry Sison, David Hogg, Jamie Harrison, fucking the Ben Wickler nonsense, the probably people who work at crooked media and shit like that. It is that type of annoyance. Okay, like I don't want to. You guys are not the people to attempt to try to reach the normal guy. Everyone can see through the bullshit. You just know you have to do this, and you're just not doing a good job. Like anyone can see, like, yeah, you're trying to fit in, but you're fucking clearly uncomfortable. You can't shoot the shit. I can't imagine you guys being on Theo Von or Rogan because you guys would try to immediately correct. You're saying dangerous things about this. Why aren't you doing this? And all this other nonsense. Like, people just want to be like, yeah, that person is hot, or say, yeah, fucking retard. Like, just imagine Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobby back in like 2012, okay, where people were comfortable. There is a reason why people are happy. The DEI nonsense and all this is going away. And listen, you guys, you don't get the credibility because last week you guys were mad about the Stephen A. Bill Maher thing and all that. And that's just, you know what? They have the credibility. I would listen to them, or hell, even on like a writer's room, like my writer's room. If I see the fucking packet and there's your fucking pronouns on it, I already know culturally you're not a fit because you're going to be an insufferable person. And two, you're probably just not funny. But the good thing is about the pronouns, I know it's like we shouldn't hire you. And if I run for president in 4 years, I'm just going to say that nonsense. I am not high. I don't want anyone with that bullshit at all on my potential campaign or staff because I understand what the as even as a fucking born and raised New Yorker who went to private schools and an entitled asshole, I understand like, everyday thing. I like sports. I'm a fucking messy guy. I like fucking random women on Tinder, Hinge, and everything. Okay. And I don't care because I won't apologize and bend the knee to anything. I'll just fucking fight back. People can see through your fucking bullshit. Okay. Now, the next section. By the way, Pod Save America dorks. If you want me on your podcast to have this whole discussion, sure, but I'm pretty sure your staff won't like it or whatever, but it is true to the point, okay? Because you guys you can do it. Also, the whole thing is what people think is that you basically only do things when your quote unquote master Barack Obama allows you to, because you guys refuse to criticize Joe Biden until his hospice debate performance, which then I guess I was like, oh, I guess Obama gave him the go ahead to attack uh Biden and get rid of him because you guys were very mad at Dean Phillips. Okay, so you're all on record for this nonsense. Same bullshit when you were mad that Hospice Joe said illegal. Okay, dehumanizing language and all this other bullshit. You guys don't get the credibility. Sorry, Pod Save Dorks. Now, let's talk about the NJ Democrat governor primary. So on Sunday, the first New Jersey, the Democrat governor primary happened, and they all went on a debate. And look, I'm in Jersey City. Fulop is my mayor. I know him personally. He's a good guy, but I've had this issue in the Slack where he wants some fucking Immigration Trust Act nonsense bill passed. Not my thing. Okay. No, that's not where the country is. That's not where the state is. That's not where I am. Okay. People want mass deportations. They're happy the Lincoln Riley bill passed so that it's even easier to deport these fucking illegals. And then, listening through it, I don't know. The mayor of New York was mostly the most, not New York. The mayor of Newark was the most annoying virtue signaling after. We have to have diversity. He just kept saying diversity and equity, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you know this, but DEI policies are not popular. So fuck that guy. Sweeney, who I don't know if you've seen Billions, but in Billions, there's a guy who Chuck had to please so he was allowed to run for governor so he could win. That is who Sweeney is. He's like a South Jersey kingpin. Now he's a pragmatic experience. A guy named Ethan on Twitter put a good example of who all the candidates are, and I think people have to understand a primary electorate is not the same as a general election electorate. And I don't even think the NJ Democratic primary electorate is necessarily progressive. I think they're maybe a little more. They're center left. Which, as last year there was a whole Andy Kim Tammy Murphy thing, but people really just hated Tammy Murphy because she was a nepotism pick, and people are done with nepotism in politics, like saying fuck Bob Menendez Jr. But anyway, he had a great list of how he would describe all the candidates. Sweeney is a pragmatic, experienced legislator. Fulop is a progressive wonk with a record. Mikey Sherrill is just progressive, but palpable progressive. Baraka, who I believe is the Newark mayor, is loud and very progressive, annoyingly a woke fucking idiot progressive. And then there's Spiller, who is the guy who's sponsored by the Department of Education or some bullshit, the NJ teachers unions. And also, I don't know if you know this, but most public schools in New Jersey are trash. Which, by the way, I Fulop. I don't know if you know this, but outside McNairy County Prep, New Jersey public high schools are ranked right behind Camden and Trenton as fucking awful, okay? No one is going to want to send their kids to Snyder or to Lincoln or Dickinson. Those people have like a third grade reading level. Okay. So you can say about putting all this money into public education, but the teachers are trash and the students aren't held accountable because their parents don't really care what's happening and a bunch of other shit. Just so people get it. And also, God forbid, like if Philip won the primary, I think he would easily. I think right now, outside Mikey Sherrill and maybe Sweeney, I think it's because I guess Sweeney's like Republican light. I think Jack Ciattarelli is going to be the next governor of New Jersey if Mikey Sherrill doesn't win the nomination. And I guess like in terms of who I would vote for in the primary right now, because I am a registered Democrat, I think I would do Mikey Sherrill. And I think because I got it because they're right. They understand at least where like the Josh Gottheimer is a fucking bullshit con artist, and I would never vote for him. But I just don't think he understands where people are uncertain. And you can't really like the country hates immigration right now. They want everyone deported. You can't be like, I want to give more rights to immigrants. No, we are not here. Illegal aliens do not get more fucking rights than American citizens. This is nonsense. Okay. People are happy about it. And guess what? You can have your policies and your morals and all this. Also, Philip, why are you not dressed better for a debate? You look like a fucking like a dude who just got out of a bender. Shiny suit, tie. How you look matters. You look like you were wearing a fucking $30 H&M suit. Like what the fuck is this? Like I just do not understand who is on this campaign that doesn't understand optics of how you look. Okay? And listen, you're not where I am on immigration, fine, but like in a general election, I can already see the ads. Philip wants to, it would basically be the save them ad times 1,000. And I do think outside Mikey Sherrill, like if any of the other New Jersey Democrats win the governor primary, I am almost certain Jack Ciattarelli is going to be the next governor of New Jersey. And you know why? Because he's, a New York / New Jersey Republican, not a MAGA Republican or any of this. He's, just, I think I would probably like if any of these other outside Mikey Sherrill won the New Jersey Democrat primary, I am probably going to vote for Jack Ciattarelli. I'll vote for Mikey Sherrill over Jack Ciattarelli, but I most likely because I'm sorry, the immigration thing is where I am right now, and this whole we don't want to help ICE or whatever bullshit. You are not where the people are on this issue. This is like trying. This is like in the flyover states where they're like against abortion, the people want abortion. This is the same equivalent, just the Democratic problem of it. Okay. Also, Josh Conner is such a fucking con artist. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. You don't understand it. Trump won Arizona by more than Kamala won New Jersey. Okay, Trump won Arizona by 6.5 or 7. Kamala won New Jersey by 5.5, a state that was plus 13 just 4 years ago. Okay, by definition, New Jersey is a swing state. So you trying to do these radical corner left position on an issue, by the way, the country is totally on the right on now with mass deportation. You are not going to win an election in a real full primary. That's just it. And also between Bob Menendez like getting sentenced to things, people are just like, yeah, no, especially like it is what it is. Next thing, Super Bowl. I'm gonna talk about my bets I have. So I made an ESPN bet account because I normally use FanDuel DraftKings, but if I made the ESPN bet account because I got $100 in bonus bets. So like I did a bunch of bets based on if the Chiefs win or if the Eagles win, but a lot are similar because I assume Barkley is going to be the first. I did like for all of them, whether I have the Chiefs or Eagles winning, that Barkley is going to have anytime touchdown. Kelsey will have anytime touchdown. I do have in the scenario where the Eagles win, it is Barkley MVP, 2 touchdowns scored for Barkley, a Kelsey touchdown. Barkley is the last touchdown scored. Barkley is also the first touchdown scored. And right, I have then the Kansas City versions. I have Kelsey MVP, 2 touchdowns, over 30 rushing yards for Mahomes. First anytime, obviously, first touchdown, Kelsey. I have them on all the bets going over, right? Because I think this is going to be a high scoring game. Because just looking at what their games last week, and they're the Super Bowl matchup, which is still relatively similar teams. I think this is going to be like a 38-31 type game. The over on is like 40.5 last time I saw it. A lot of simpler ones I have like Barkley, first Eagles touchdown score, Barkley, last touchdown score, Barkley, first touchdown score, Eagles money line. I also have like Chiefs money line, Barkley scores, a bunch of other things. A lot of crazy bets, I just believe. But that's it. I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. I do not think the Chiefs repeat. Nothing against the Chiefs or Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I want Reputation, Taylor's version to come out. But I think this is similar to the Warriors situation back in 2015 to the 2020 era, is where the Warriors being in the finals every year, people just are like, oh, we're tired of it. We want something different. Because at least in like the whole LeBron of 2010 to 2020 thing is that LeBron was hopping teams and going to the finals. Like we had the Heat era, then we had the Cav era. So it was like LeBron and like the things around it were different. Oh, by the way, the Luka trade, right? I still don't think the Lakers are going to the finals with Luka and LeBron. I'm sorry. I also do think KD is going to be traded back to the Warriors if the Suns don't get Jimmy Butler. I'm still confused at where Jimmy Butler is. But anyway, this has been another episode of Authentic with Brazil 201. And yeah,